This is my journal for most of June, and it's the Back in the United States journal. Tuesday, June 6, 2017, 10 o'clock p.m., my apartment. It's raining tonight, but only under the street lamps. Online dating conversations begin the same way. You make money on YouTube? How does that work? What do you do when you don't want kids, or marriage, or even a serious relationship? I don't even want to cohabitate. My bed is a signal. My bed is a single, not much larger than a dorm room bed. I have one fitted sheet that I wash one day a week. I have 2 pillowcases that I wash once a week. My heavy blanket is harder to wash. It needs its own laundry day. I haven't played drums in over a month. The electronic pads are gathering dust. When I go on dates, I try to imagine what it would be like to be friends with you. Friendship is the only way I can feel anything for you. I don't know how to see you as a lover, or pretty, just by your ambassador self. June 11th, 2017. 501 Shelter, back on the Appalachian Trail. The Blue Mountain Hiking Club is having a meeting, and one section hiker, he was section hiking in skateboard shoes like Chucks, or maybe like knockoff Chucks. He was hiking with a dog, a kind of mutt. This hiker quit a dishwashing job over a matter of respect. He said the owner was giving him disrespect and not appreciating all the work he did. The person leading the round folding chair meeting of the Blue Mountain Climbing Club, that's Blue Mountain Climbing Club, not Blue Mountain Hiking Club, is talking about divining rods, or is it dowsing? Is that what it is? Is that what it's called? The cookout has lots of food, almost too much food, and I want some just because it's there. Some people here are young, maybe teenagers, too fresh-faced to be hikers. When you're young, hiking is just another device. It's a device your parents use to scold you over things you should be appreciating. Tuesday, June 13th, Port Clinton Pavilion. Back again with the thru hikers. 92 degrees out today. I brought some extra water and trash bags for the pavilion. Someone else showed up with a cooler full of Yingling lager. No alcohol in the pavilion. Right. I think that rule is just in place in case something gets out of hand and they have something to pin people on. There's a late 90s Dodge Intrepid here. It's green, and it's been parked here on the lawn for a few days now. The driver is a balding man, and his general-purpose wife lays on a towel by their car on the grass, and they don't look like hikers. One hiker says they were grilling food for people yesterday. A white Sprinter van drives slowly by, and I saw that van at the 183 crossing a few days ago and at TC's Family Restaurant yesterday. Is that a vagrant? Hikers zone out in high humidity. They don't really talk much. One guy with a Midwestern accent is super friendly, and he says he's from Wisconsin. Why do I have a note in here that says look up Chevy spark plugs? Oh, that's right. The guy with the Midwest accent said his Chevy Spark doesn't have spark plugs, it has spark wires. I didn't understand completely what he was talking about. A fourth hiker comes in, an older gentleman, and he goes right to the pavilion and stays there. The rest of us are down at the barbecue, not at the pavilion. Permethrin is not for spraying directly on clothes. Why do I say that? Oh, it's not for spraying directly on clothes. I think that means your underwear, that you're not supposed to spray permethrin on your underwear. It's not supposed to touch your skin. My brain moves slow in this heat, and the folks in the Dodge Intrepid are still here. not talking to anyone, just lying on the grass. June 20th, 2017, Bake Oven Knob along the Appalachian Trail. I hiked up to Bake Oven Knob Shelter in New Balance trail runners that are all blown out, cargo shorts, and a polo shirt. I'm listening to NOAA weather on a walkie-talkie in the parking lot. A rough-looking Toyota Camry pulls up, and girls pile out, as does bumping music, and they head up to the lookout. I guess they're going to the lookout, that's the closest place, because they have no gear. It's a popular parking lot. A Nissan Frontier rolls up, and a hip couple gets out and heads up the trail. Again, no gear. Up pulls a Volkswagen Jetta. Clearly I took the harder ascent up this mountain in my car. If these low-hung cars are making it up here, there has to be an easier way. And it turns out there was. I just went up the wrong road. 4 hikers were at the Bake Oven Knob Shelter. And judging by the local youth heading up into the woods, there might be a bush party going on later tonight somewhere else in the state game land. How night in the woods. June 21st, 2017. Again, Bake Oven Knob. I'm talking to someone with a Midlands accent. Nope, Northern Ireland. Messed up. Thought it was... Oh boy, I'm way off. He says it's from Banford, 10 miles outside Belfast. 2 Jersey boys started in March 8th, and now they're hiking in sections. All hikers, 5 of them now, are talking about how cranky the Eckville caretaker is. He's been the caretaker of the Eckville shelter, which is really his, a garage. He built a shelter on his own property. And by default, he's the caretaker now. And he's been doing that since 1997. And that's over 20 years of dealing with hikers, so I can guess how you'd be cranky a little bit. One hiker says that the Eckville caretaker cares, but he's also very get off my lawn. 2 hikers, their names are Cash and Songbird, and they're from Colorado. Came and left from Bake Oven Knob, and they pushed on. One hiker busies himself on his phone until we started talking about snakes. His name is Rockeye, and he's southbound. I like the interaction here. It's such a relief from my apartment. There's people here. Rockeye tells me that pooping in the woods is always uncomfortable, and I have yet to do it myself. Meaning me, not Rockeye. I build a twig fire in a fire pit near the shelter, and Rockeye sets up his tent. I gather sticks and feed the fire. This human connection, it feels so far away from the stuff I deal with cars, and I like it here. Appalachian Trail pals are temporary. I can be interesting to them for a few hours. I am useful to them. I have soda, water, snacks. I am liked for what I have. Do I want to be liked for what I am? Am I anything? It's 5:05 p.m. now, and the fire is smoking. It's hungry, and so am I. Rockeye is texting. Social media, even on the AT. 2 of the earlier hikers had GoPros on, and they tell me it's hard to edit on the AT. And now 2 more hikers showing up. It's turning into a party. One of them is singing. He's singing John Denver's Country Roads with West Virginia changed to Pennsylvania, and his name is Scripture. But now it's later that night, back at my apartment, and I'm drinking Trogue's Perpetual IPA. Through hikers are like friends you can instantly make. Maybe this is how normal people feel. Normal people can just talk to anyone, and they know the code words. They know how to position their shoulders, and they know how to decipher the paragraph of instructions behind each word the other person says. But on the AT, you can be weird, and it's okay, because everybody is a team. A weird team. Well, team is too positive. Some hikers steal, and some are fleeing something. Others are mental cases, dropouts, freakouts, last chance uncles. But the trail unites. The trail unites the hikers into an undulating mass The trail unites everyone into a summer confederacy. Thanks to Carrie, I have a 45-gallon Kelty hiking pack. I don't completely blend in, but I look like I know what I'm doing with a pack like this. June 24th, 2017, Saturday. Too many games, Oaks, Pennsylvania. I totally walked in the back way. I didn't feel like waiting for anybody, and a back door was open. Totally walked right in. The door was propped open with a rock, so no, I can't take all the blame. Anyway, no one was watching the door either. Tight security here. Ryan, one of the organizers, has media passes for me, and he's around here somewhere, and I have to find him. That's probably him at the Screenwave booth, but there's a huge line there, and I don't want to wait in line, but I don't want to be that guy who butts in front of everybody. So I'm just going to walk around with no badge and wait for a security staff or somebody to say, "What are you doing?" And I'll say, "Radio Ryan, I've been trying to find him for an hour and he still isn't answering his texts. Tell him you found the regular car reviews guy. He'll know what I'm talking about." I met a fan and went out and looked at Wendy. But I drove over to a secluded part of the parking lot where no one could door ding my car. Now I'm back at the video game show, and my earplugs are in. Heavy white noise and booty bass. I feel so athletic here. Two people play with controllers on a phone. Split screen, even. The controllers look like miniature black NES controllers. Is this a Nintendo Switch that I've been hearing about? Hot girl, blue hair. Christ. She has a cross-country build. Maybe there's something wrong with her. I hope there's something wrong with her. Like a glass eye. A mother holds an exhausted child over her shoulder while she texts. I see a gender-ambiguous youth in a lab coat. A chubby Asian girl propels herself with both feet in a wheelchair. A fit black dude carries a Zelda painting. Oh, I see a farm-style, beautiful, genderless they. They wear a shirt that says, "I adulted today." They fan themselves with a laminated printout face of Tim Allen. You are amazing. Cuddle me. I feel like that one Fastball song. This is just another place I don't belong. Gamers. It's a new name, new word. I'm 36. I'm 36 now in 2017. And when I was in high school in the roaring 90s, there was no word gamer. Only, what games do you have? Not, what games do you like? What games do you have? Because getting a game was as much a transportation problem as it was a financial problem. Well, you want to play Star Tropics? First, mow 20 lawns. Then wait until your mom is in a good mood because she'll take you to the mall, but first she's going to ask, "Why do you need to go there?" Need. Right, that's a warning shot. Because if I tell her the truth, I need to get something from Electronics Boutique, she'll retort with, "That doesn't sound like something you need." You could lie. You could say, "I need to go to Walden Books and get a copy of Maniac McGee." No, wait, no, not that one. That's a good book. But the word maniac is in the title, and maniac sounds fun and sinful. Reading books should feel like laying bricks or visiting grandma at the hospital. No, you gotta come up with something like, I already said it before, but Of Human Bondage by Somerset Maugham. Wait, that has the word bondage in it. You could do Great Gatsby. Everybody read that. You could do Great Gatsby. Catcher in the Rye. Yeah, but your parents probably know what that's about, and they don't like that the word fuck is in there a bunch. Judy Blume. The Boxcar Children. The Three Detectives. Something like that. Ah, boy. You should just buy a thesaurus. That'd work. June 28th, 2017. Back at Bake Oven Knob Shelter. I brought a hatchet this time and got a big fire going. 5 hikers here, mostly southern accents and one from Europe land. Dutch. He was Dutch. All beards, and all were worried about water. Next time I'll bring more H2O because the trek to water is a big one here. The fire is mesmerizing. I enjoy being with these instant folks, these temporary friends, all in good shape, all free from dad talk and money talk, no children. The talk is simple. Water, food, feet. Humanity brought to simplistic moments. One hiker tells me she's excited to wear jeans when this is all over. She's getting tired of athletic clothes. She misses her favorite t-shirt and the concept of having a favorite t-shirt. One hiker has a jet boil. It's one of those, everybody has the little sort of propane heater, camp stoves. But one click and it starts boiling the water. The tank that it heats, the little tank of water, is covered with a blue fabric. I'm assuming it's fire retardant. You can touch it while it cooks. Another hiker has a jet boil, and as it cooks, he just sort of stares at it, stares into it. One hiker worked at the BMW factory in Greer, South Carolina. He tells me he did the underbelly work on the X5 and the X6. He worked there for 15 years and even test drove for 5 years. He told me he did brake tests, wind shear tests, he listened for dropped screws. Like during assembly, someone would drop a screw somewhere, like under the carpet. You'd have to listen and find if they dropped that sort of stuff. He said he drove about 100 miles an hour, did transmission tests, wheel alignments, and final finish. He tells me I should go. I should really visit that place. There's a visitor's center and a public test course with M4s. He said the public isn't allowed to drive on the slick track, but they can do driving on some sort of little like SUV off-road course that they have there. He also tells me that 84% of the stock that's manufactured in Greer, South Carolina is exported, and China gets 22% of everything they make out of that one facility. He tells me you only have to work there for 15 years and then you can retire, but some people can't because they have 1,000 kids and 8 ex-wives. A black lab is among us. The dog has hiker hunger just like everybody else, and she noses people looking for extra food. Of course, dogs, they'll eat until they throw up and then they'll eat the puke. The Dutch hiker tells a story about a... Okay. Sorry, reading my own handwriting. The Dutch hiker tells a story about one time he was drinking by a river somewhere near Duncannon, and he watched a man walk out of the river fully dressed. Now, this could be trail lies, but it sounds too simplistic to be false. He said, me and this other guy were drinking by the river, and they see a head in the river just coming by, and it comes to the shore, and once the person could stand, they just stand and walk out of the river, and they're fully dressed. And they just sort of walk away down the street. And they don't say anything. I mean, what do you say to that? They just walk away. And that's the end of my journal notes. Pick it up later. Thanks for listening.